Neymar is back at Santos, the club where he became a legend. The place where he danced past defenders and delivered jaw-dropping goals. Now, after years at Barcelona and PSG, he returns, not as the young prodigy, but as a superstar with experience, trophies, and unfortunately, a history of injuries. But the big question is, how is it going for him? Is Neymar still the unstoppable magician we remember? Or have injuries, time, and criticism taken a toll? Is this a fairy tale comeback or a frustrating reality check? His return wasn't just a transfer, it was an emotional homecoming. Fans flooded the streets, stadiums were packed, and expectations were sky high. But after the initial celebration, how has he really performed? Can he still dominate matches like before, or is his body struggling to keep up? In today's video, we break down Neymar's performances, his impact on Santos, and whether this move is the rebirth of a legend or just nostalgia. The world is watching, Santos fans are dreaming, and Neymar, well, he's got a point to prove. Before we begin, let me know in the comments, can Neymar dominate in Brazil again? Let's get into it. Neymar has come back to Santos. How is it going for him? Neymar is back at Santos, the club where he became a legend. The place where he danced past defenders and delivered jaw-dropping goals. Now, after years at Barcelona and PSG, he returns, not as the young prodigy, but as a superstar with experience, trophies, and unfortunately, a history of injuries. But the big question is, how is it going for him? Is Neymar still the unstoppable magician we remember? Or have injuries, time, and criticism taken a toll? Is this a fairy tale comeback or a frustrating reality check? His return wasn't just a transfer, it was an emotional homecoming. Fans flooded the streets, stadiums were packed, and expectations were sky high. But after the excitement, how has he really performed? Has he maintained his world-class ability, or is he struggling to keep up? Can he still dominate matches, or is his body not responding the same way? In today's video, we break down Neymar's performances, his impact on Santos, and whether this move is the rebirth of a legend or just nostalgia. Santos fans are dreaming and Neymar, well, he's got a point to prove. Before we begin, let me know in the comments. Can Neymar dominate in Brazil again? Let's get into it. The emotional homecoming. When Neymar announced his return to Santos, it wasn't just another transfer, it was a full-circle moment. The streets of São Paulo erupted with celebration. Fans gathered outside Vila Belmiro, chanting his name like it was 2010 all over again. The club's social media exploded, with millions of fans flooding the comments. Ticket sales gone in minutes. For Santos fans, this was more than football. It was nostalgia, pride, and hope wrapped into one. After years of watching their idol shine in Europe, Neymar was back, ready to light up Brazilian football once again. His face was everywhere, on TV, on billboards, in conversations in every corner of Brazil. But with all that hype came one big question: could he still deliver? Then came the big moment, his first game back. The stadium was packed beyond capacity, the energy unlike anything Santos had seen in years. Fans held banners that read, "Bem-vindo de volta, Ney." Welcome back, Ney. The entire country was watching. Every touch of the ball, every dribble, every flick sent waves of excitement through the crowd. And then, his first real chance on goal. Would he score? Would he prove the doubters wrong? He took a deep breath, adjusted his stance, and struck the ball cleanly. The stadium held its breath. Crossbar, gasps filled the air. Neymar put his hands on his head, smiled, and nodded. He knew he was close. The fans cheered louder, knowing this was just the beginning. As the match continued, something became clear. While the magic was still there, something was different. He wasn't the fearless teenager anymore. He played smarter, more calculated, controlling the game with maturity. His passes were precise, his vision exceptional. But something felt like it was missing. The explosive speed? The risk-taking flair? Had the injuries taken their toll, or was he just holding back? And then a classic Neymar moment. A defender lunged in, but Neymar flicked the ball over his head, leaving him frozen. Vintage Neymar. The crowd erupted, yet the match ended with mixed emotions. Neymar had shown glimpses of brilliance. His touch, his vision, his control were all world-class. But there was hesitation in his play, a carefulness that wasn't there before. Was it rust from his time off? Was he pacing himself? Or was it just the weight of expectation pressing down on him? One thing was certain, this wasn't just a return, this was a test. Can Neymar bring Santos back to glory? Santos has a rich history, but the club hasn't been at the top of Brazilian football in recent years. Neymar's arrival has given the team a massive boost, but can he turn them into title contenders again? His leadership will be key. He's no longer just the young star, he's now the most experienced player in the squad. His ability to mentor younger players and elevate the team's mindset could be the difference maker. Trophies? It won't be easy. The Brazilian league is more competitive than ever, and other clubs have built strong squads. If Neymar stays fit and motivated, he could lead Santos to a league title or even a Copa Libertadores campaign. But football is unpredictable. If Santos struggles, could Neymar lose patience? Would he stay and fight or look for an exit? Will Neymar stay in Brazil for the long term? This is the biggest mystery. Neymar's return shocked the football world, but is it permanent? There's interest from the Middle East. Clubs in Saudi Arabia have been offering massive contracts to aging stars. If Neymar receives an offer that doubles or triples his salary, would he resist? A return to Europe? It seems unlikely. European clubs are focusing on younger talents, and Neymar's injury history could make him a risky signing. MLS ? A move to the US has been rumored for years. Many believe Neymar could follow in Messi's footsteps and finish his career in Major League Soccer. At this point, everything is possible. A long-term stay at Santos would be an emotional and historic decision, but Neymar has always been unpredictable. Will Neymar play in the 2026 World Cup? At 34, Neymar could still have one last World Cup in him, but after his recent injuries, can he maintain his fitness and form to compete at the highest level? Brazil's national team is full of rising stars, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, Endrick, so Neymar will have to prove he still belongs. If he shines at Santos, a final World Cup appearance could be his ultimate redemption story. But will he still be motivated? Or is Neymar slowly preparing for life beyond football? What do you think? Where will Neymar be in 2 years? In 5? Let us know in the comments. Neymar's return, a new beginning, or the final chapter? So, after all the excitement, the analysis, and the emotions, how is Neymar's return to Santos really going? He's brought hope, excitement, and attention back to the club. He's reminded the world that Brazilian football still matters. But on the pitch, it hasn't been all smooth sailing. His skill and vision are still there, but his speed, fitness, and finishing remain question marks. So the big question is, where does this story go next? Will Neymar lead Santos to trophies and cement his legacy? Will he stay, or will another big money offer lure him away? Will we see him in the 2026 World Cup, or is this the final stretch of his career? One thing's for sure, everyone is watching. Love him or hate him, Neymar is still one of the most talked about footballers on the planet. And whatever happens next, it's going to be a story worth following. Now, we want to hear from you. Do you think Neymar's return will be a success, or will it end in disappointment? Where do you see him in 2 years? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our latest football stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.